Hello, ACT Prep students. This is Miss Brock. I wanted to take a moment to walk you through Magoosh. Now, Magoosh is the very funny sounding website that we will use for our ACT practice. And it is absolutely important that when you first enroll in the class, you go check your student email and find an email from Magoosh. You will have your login credentials sent to your student email. You do not have to create a separate account or pay for any of these services. They are provided to you for our school. But in order to be able to use them, you have to access your account that is sent to your student email address. So very, very important. Check your student email. And if you have not received an email from Magoosh with your login credentials associated with your school email, please contact me as soon as possible so we can get that completed for you. Now, whenever you all are able to log into Magoosh, your student dashboard will look an awful lot like this right here. Now, Magoosh is split up into 5 different sections that you can see here: the English, math, reading, science, and writing tests, which are all a part of the actual ACT exam. And then they have a section for practice tests, which is like a full, complete ACT practice test. And then assignments, which you won't have any assignments posted here directly unless you want some more fine-tuned focus. I can kind of pick some things out for you. But otherwise, this is pretty much self-paced, and you get to focus on what aspects of the ACT you think you need most help with. So, kind of looking through this, you guys will see here at the top that it shows you how many days in a 7-day period that you've logged in, and it'll also keep a running tally of how many minutes or hours you have spent on Magoosh. And this is very, very important because you will submit your Magoosh progress in increments of 10 hours. You have to have 60 hours total spent on Magoosh in order to receive credit for this class. So it's very, very important that you are keeping track of your total study hours. Now, kind of looking a little bit further down on this page, you guys will see here that the longer you spend on Magoosh and the more practice that you spend in each of these individual sections, the more feedback and data you're going to get about your potential performance on the ACT. So this is all blank right here because this has not been started just yet. But again, once you spend more time on Magoosh, you will get more estimated score information. Now, I would strongly recommend you all start here in the tips and strategies section. These are some introductory videos and articles that really just help you better manage your time and kind of fine tune your focus for ACT prep. The next step that I would recommend you take with Magoosh is go over to practice tests. After you've watched those introductory tutorial videos, go over to practice tests, and you guys will see here that they have online practice tests and paper practice tests. Now, if you're a purist and you just really prefer a hard copy, you are absolutely welcome to download this and print it out and take it on your own. Just remember to take your time. The ACT does allow for 3 hours and 45 minutes, and each section is timed. So make sure that you are working on that. You're focusing on your timing as well as your accuracy on the exam. But I would really, really encourage you to go with the online practice test route because it'll time it for you and it will contribute to your study time on the timer on your dashboard. So I would start here just to give yourself an idea of what to expect on the ACT and also give you an idea of where you need to spend more time in individual sections. So maybe you're really, really good with the English and the reading sections, but your math is not so great, or maybe you didn't even know what to expect on the science test and it was a complete surprise to you. So you need to spend some more time better understanding the concepts and skills you need to be successful on the science test. So again, I would start here with the online practice test to give you an idea of where to begin. And you can, of course, take these practice tests whenever you want. Now, once you have done that and you have kind of like your online test results and you have an idea of what your estimate is and what sections of the ACT you need to work on a little bit more, you can go to these individual sections up here at the top. So let's say I need some extra help in math. When that comes up here, you guys will be able to see that there are specific concepts and skills related to each of these sections that can help you better prepare for the ACT. And then once you've watched those videos and you want to give it a shot, or even if there's just, a specific skill that you want to try out, you don't want to go for the whole math section, you can choose individual subjects and categories that you'd like to kind of practice with, and you can choose your difficulty depending on how confident you're feeling that day. I would always recommend you go with unanswered questions just because you kind of run the risk of maybe memorizing the questions if you go with the answered and unanswered. And so you want to keep things moving, I think, and make sure that you are able to apply those skills in a number of different situations. And you can also limit the amount of questions you have. You can limit the amount of time that it gives you. So if you're like, I really want to be able to do one question per minute, then select 15 questions and 15 minutes. And that's a really great way to help you kind of gauge and practice your timing there. And then same thing with the mode. You can go practice mode where it gives you an explanation after each question you submit. Or if you want to try your best and then wait for those explanations at the end, you can go with quiz mode. That totally just depends on your own preferences. And you can do this for any section on the ACT. It doesn't matter which one. You can choose which sections you think are in need of most work for you. I would definitely recommend, though, that you spend time in each of the sections, including the writing, which is optional on the exam, but that is a very important skill that you'll need not only for the ACT, but also for your language arts classes. You never know. So, this is my quick rundown for Magoosh. If you guys have any specific questions about the website or how it counts your time, please feel free to send me an email anytime.